Good day. Do you know how to write an exposition or discussion on a familiar issue? Welcome to my channel. Today, we are to discuss Lesson 5, Exposition from Pivot for a Learner's Material, Quarter 2, English Grade 10. I am your subject teacher, Dr. Jan-Ann-Rey Consignado, and I hope you prepared the following materials: notebook, paper, pen, and of course, our pivot for a learner's material, Quarter 2, English, Grade 10. Our learning objective: write an exposition or discussion on a familiar issue. Exposition. Now, let us consult the dictionary. What is the meaning of exposition? According to Merriam-Webster, exposition is a noun, and the first meaning of this is a setting forth of the meaning or purpose as of writing. Number two, letter A, discourse or an example of it designed to convey information or explain what is difficult to understand. And letter B, number one, the first part of a musical composition in sonata form in which the thematic material of the movement is presented. And number two, the opening section of a fugue. And number three, we have here a public exhibition or show. We are to discuss numbers 1 and 2. Letter A. I will be repeating this. A setting forth of the meaning or purpose as of a writing. And number 2, letter A, discourse or an example of it designed to convey information or explain what is difficult to understand. We are exposed to different kinds of texts almost every minute. Whether it is an update we see in social media, a news story we encounter in daily broadsheets, or an article we browse on lifestyle magazines, we are often compelled to read and make sense of various texts we see. One of the key features that draws the boundaries between and among these written materials is the purpose of the author. I will repeat: purpose of the author. A writer always has reasons and conventions for choosing to write about a certain topic or issue, such as providing information, telling a story, and sharing an opinion, among others. This lesson focuses on exploring and understanding the key structural elements and language features of an expository text. As you journey through this lesson, you'll be engaged in tasks that will ask you to write an exposition or discussion on a familiar issue. Now, read and examine the sample text provided below. Then, answer the questions that follow. The title is UP is now offering Korean drama as an elective. This was published last August 15, 2020, 12:53 p.m. I will be reading the line. It's safe to say that K-dramas are so deeply embedded in Filipino pop culture that there is a need to discuss it. And this is exactly what a course offered by the University of the Philippines hopes to do. As seen in UP's enlistment website, a special elective called Analysis of K-Drama Series is being offered to students. One of the requirements of the course is a Netflix subscription or any access to the K-drama shows such as Crash Landing on You, Chicago Typewriter, and Miseng. The course is open to all colleges. JCB, GMA News. And this is the source. First question: what is the main idea expressed by the text. I will repeat. What is the main idea expressed by the text? Number two, did the author provide details to support the main idea? I'll repeat number two. Did the author provide details to support the main idea? Number three, how would you describe the way the author presented the ideas in the text? How would you describe the way the author presented the ideas in the text? Number four, how does this type of text differ from an argumentative text? I will repeat number four. How does this type of text differ from an argumentative text? Learning task one. Copy and answer the items below. Put a check mark on the blank provided if the statement corresponds to expository writing, and a cross if it's not. Learning task one. First, presents the pros and cons of an issue. Again, number one, presents the pros and cons of an issue. Number two, presents information about a topic as its main goal. Again, presents information about a topic as its main goal. Number three, includes news stories. Again, includes news stories. Four, makes use of signal words to establish idea development. Again, makes use of signal words to establish idea development. Five, justifies a stand on given proposition. Again, justifies a stand on given proposition. Six, retells a story. Again, retells a story. Seven, involves the use of emotion in providing details. Again, involves the use of emotion in providing details. Number eight, educates the readers by providing facts. I'll repeat, educates the readers by providing facts. Nine, convinces the reader to agree with one side of a given issue. Again, convinces the reader to agree with one side of a given issue. Number 10, includes fiction stories as examples. Again, includes fiction stories as examples. Exposition. In writing, it is important to have a clear sense of purpose. This purpose or reason for writing about a particular topic usually serves as the basis of the structural elements, patterns of idea development, and language features that a writer employs in writing. In the previous lesson, you were introduced to the concepts of argumentative writing, where the author explains and justifies his or her stand on a given proposition by presenting evidences to support his or her claim. This is a characteristic you will not observe in writing an exposition. An expository text merely presents or provides information about a particular topic or issue. This is also sometimes called informational writing. Once again, other term for expository text is, yes, you are correct, informational writing. So, when we say informational writing, the writer provides facts on a given topic in a way that is educational and purposeful. Okay? I will repeat. When we say informational writing, the writer provides facts on a given topic in a way that is educational and purposeful. Besides merely providing facts, expository writing may also include providing descriptions, citing reasons, presenting explanations, and enumerating steps of a specific process. Expository text. Unlike in narrative writing, an expository text does not tell a story and does not make use of emotion in presenting facts. It is fact based. Again, expository text is fact based and seeks to educate the reader by presenting facts based on reliable sources. So, expository texts are generally clear, concise, and organized in terms of idea development. Some of the most common examples of expository texts are textbooks, news articles, instructional manuals, recipes, and self-help book, among others. There are times when different forms of writing seem to have overlapping features and characteristics. This is truly possible, as there are writers who would sometimes combine these features and characteristics in writing. So, in order to maintain the focus when writing, remember that they differ in terms of purpose. An expository text seeks to inform. A narrative text aims to entertain, and an argumentative text's goal is to persuade readers. I would like to highlight the word inform. Again, an expository text seeks to inform. Key structural elements in an exposition. While the facts in expository writing may be presented in various ways, depending on a number of factors, most expository texts, including expository essays, generally include common elements such as follows. Number one, a clear and concise thesis statement. Number two, clear transitions. Number three, a body that contains evidences and support. Number four, an effective conclusion. When we say a clear and concise thesis statement, usually presented in the initial paragraph, the thesis statement introduces the main topic or idea and provides the overall direction for the text. Number one is a clear and concise thesis statement. And where can we find the thesis statement? Usually presented in the initial paragraph. Number two, clear transitions. The use of clear and proper transitions will glue the introduction, the body, and the conclusion together. Without effective use of transitions, the exposition may seem like a disjointed collection of sentences. Number two is clear transitions. Number three, a body that contains evidences and support. While most people might think of an expository text like an essay as something that can be written even without due research and preparations, the use of supporting evidences like examples and explanations forms a huge part of a facts based expository text. Don't forget that. A body that contains evidences and support. How about number four? An effective conclusion. It is essential to remember that a conclusion is not only meant to summarize the ideas presented from the introduction to the body. Instead, a conclusion should tie the ideas all together while highlighting the true essence of the main idea in the text. An effective conclusion. While most expository essays typically follow the introduction body conclusion format, other forms and examples of exposition can take other shapes and patterns depending on how the writer intends to present his or her ideas. Expository texts typically follow one of the following structures or patterns of idea development: cause and effect, comparison and contrast, description, problem and solution, sequence. Let's discuss the following: cause and effect. Here, the writer presents the information by explaining how or why a certain event or occurrence happened, the cause, and what resulted from that particular cause or occurrence, effect. A is cause and effect. B, comparison and contrast. The writer presents the information by providing details as to how things, concepts, or ideas are alike or different. Comparison and contrast. C. Description. In this structure, the topic is presented by providing descriptions about its attributes, features, and examples. Again, C is description. Letter D, problem and solution. The writer may present a problem and provide one or more solutions to the said problem. Letter D is problem and solution. How about letter E? Sequence. In this structure, information may be presented in a way that follows numerical or chronological sequence, either explicitly or implicitly. Okay? So letter E is sequence. Numerical or chronological sequence, either explicitly or implicitly, directly or indirectly. Now, language features of exposition. Again, language features of exposition. In terms of language features, commonly employed in exposition, the use of signal words, again, the use of signal words always plays a crucial role as they make clear transitions from one idea to another possible. It also helps greatly in giving the readers a hint or signal of where a particular idea is leading to. Through signal words, coherence in writing and smooth flow of ideas can be achieved. Now, we are to discuss signal words. For the cause and effect, we have here because, consequently, since, therefore, as a result, thus, for this reason, this led to, and due to, cause and effect. How about compare and contrast? But, on the other hand, as well as, similar to, different from, however, in contrast, although, in the same way. Description. For example, for instance, to illustrate, such as, including, like. How about problem and solution? We have since, consequently, a solution, therefore, so that, in order to, sequence, first, second, third, before, after, finally, then, next, previously. Read the example on the next page and check whether it has the features of an expository writing based on the discussion. The title is DOH Public to take part in measles and polio vaccination campaign assures safety protocols in the immunization drive. Press release October 18, 2020. The Department of Health, or DOH, is encouraging the public to prioritize immunization from vaccine preventable diseases through its upcoming measles, rubella, and oral poliomyelitis vaccine, or the MROPV campaign, which will be held from October 26 to November 25 in several regions. The implementation of health protocols during this campaign is also designed to prevent any inadvertent transmission of COVID 19. DOH Secretary Francisco T. Duque III said that the protection of children against measles, polio, and rubella are equally important during the time of COVID 19. He said, we should be vigilant about other diseases that can affect some of our most vulnerable, like infants and children, even during the COVID 19 pandemic. The child's first 5 years are very formative to his or her health. The illnesses we are vaccinating them against can be very damaging and will have repercussions on their growth and maturity. That is why we are urging parents not to take these conditions lightly, but must vaccinate their children as soon as possible. The vaccines used to counter measles, rubella, and polio have been proven safe for the past decades. No child should have to suffer because of them, especially because the vaccines are free, said the DOH secretary. At the same time, Sec Duque also assured the public, especially parents, that the DOH is well aware of and will address their concerns about safety, saying, we understand their fears of getting infected with COVID 19. If they go to our clinics to have their children vaccinated, he explained. But we have committed ourselves to safety, and the clinics will be making sure that health protocols are followed by healthcare workers and patients alike. Bicol, or Region 5, and Mimaropa, Region 4B, will be the first locations for the program's implementation because of the need of the children in those areas to be vaccinated from the aforementioned diseases. The DOH is also setting the stage for the campaign's first phase, which will cover regions 1, 2, 4B, 5, the Cordillera Administrative Region, and all of Mindanao. Safe and high quality measles rubella vaccine, or MR, and bivalent oral poliovirus vaccine, or BOPV, will be distributed for free following safety measures. Children from 9 to 59 months old will be given the MR vaccine, while those who are 0 to 59 months old will receive the BOPV. The United Nations Children's Fund, or the UNICEF, which is dedicated to improving the lives of children and their families, also lent its support for the immunization program, such as the acquisition of 19.2 million doses of MR vaccine and 10 million doses of oral poliovirus vaccines, or the OPV. UNICEF's consultants will also monitor that the local government units, or the LGU, have the necessary resources and instruction to succeed in the campaign. Syringes, safety collector boxes, surgical masks, and face shields will be allotted for the vaccination team and supervisors. Indelible inks for marking and reporting and recording forms, which are essential to campaigns operations, will also be rolled out to the different regions. Secretary Duque has asked for the public's participation for the vaccination campaigns for MROPV. He enthused, we are grateful that many organizations are working together towards a common goal. With everyone working as one, we can ensure that Filipinos are as healthy as they can possibly be. One of the most effective ways to organize information to be used in exposition is by using graphic organizers. You have learned some of these organizers in quarter one. For example, if your expository essay aims to explain the similarities and differences of ideas about a particular topic, you may use a Venn diagram in pre-writing. Learning task 2. Using an appropriate graphic organizer, present the information presented by the article on page 27. Learning task 3. Think of a familiar topic or issue you may use a subject in writing an expository essay. You may also choose from the given suggested topics below. Then, use an appropriate graphic organizer to present the information you intend to use in writing. That is our learning task 3. These are the suggested topics. Number one, vlogging, like what I'm doing. Okay, please subscribe. Number two, online learning, just like this. Number three, maintaining a stress free life. Number four, being a plantito or plantita. Number five, best comfort foods during the rainy season. These are the suggested topics. Learning task 4. Write an expository essay using the graphic organizer you have produced in learning task 3. That is our learning task 4. Now, learning task 5. Look for at least 3 samples of expository texts in books, newspapers, or magazines. Cut them out and paste them. Indicate the patterns of idea development used by the writers. That is our learning task 5. And now, complete the organizer below. This will test how well you understood the concepts of argumentation and exposition. Do this using the format provided. We have here new concept, exposition, familiar concept, argumentation. Then, we also have the similarities and the differences. Then, summary of new concept. References. Pivot for a learner's material, Quarter 2, English Grade 10. Merriam-Webster. And the websites. Do you have question? Go ahead. Kindly use our comment section. It is my pleasure to entertain your questions. Go ahead. Kindly like this video. Thank you. Handang isip, handa bukas. Sama-sama sa pagsulong ng edukalidad. I am Miss Jan-Ann-Rey Consignado, and please subscribe to our channel because next time I will be uploading again our lesson in English 10. Thank you. Stay safe, healthy, and happy. Goodbye!